the channel that will enhance communication in our neighborhood. And today's topic is families. Our special guest for today will be Mr. Carlo Maiocca, a famous service designer that will give us his feedback on the topic. Good afternoon, Mr. Maiocca.
Good afternoon.
We will also have 3 other guests on air that will be with us and will also give us their feedback on the topic. I will first introduce Mr. Francesco Rivolta, the 81-year-old grandfather who is now retired. Mr. Rivolta, what is your feedback on the issue?
Good afternoon. I'm very glad to be in this program. I remember that in the past we didn't have the media to talk about important topics like this. I was born at Erganese and my parents used to live here since it was just a small town. In 1928 it became part of Milan and some of the community sense got lost. Few of my friends are still living here with their families. On Sundays, after church, we meet in oratorio to see our grandkids play or just to have a drink and play briscola. Some of the greatest pleasures I have. Considering the great impact of 2012 crisis in the neighborhood, it still is a lively community willing to participate in the activities. To improve it, for instance, my wife is part of an association that takes care of some of the parks in this area, and so now we have a greener Dergano. Last year, this community proposed to Consiglio di Zona to give each association the responsibility of taking care of the public spaces they use. The proposal was accepted, and now these are better taken care of and it's safer to use them. We also have some family activities at Oratorio and the Dergano Festival in Parco Bassi. Despite these events, the Dergano community is slowly dying. The truly Derganese are less every year. Everybody is moving out, and the ones staying are mostly old men like me, or immigrants. I think that it would be nice to relive the town as it was in the past, with all its family and community values.
Thank you very much for your contribution, Mr. Rivolta. Our next guest will be Luis Satan, a 43-year-old Ecuadorian father who's also having his insight on Dergano. Mr. Satan, what is your insight on the Dergano neighborhood currently?
Hello everyone, I'm Luis. I want to give you a slightly different point of view from the previous one. Although I'm from Ecuador, I'm living in Italy for a long time and I am very familiar with the immigrants' reality. The crisis still affects everyone and there are hardly any jobs left, just the low-level ones that the Italians refuse to take. But I'd like to think we are still stealing from them. The good news are that at least the Consiglio di Zona finally recognized us Ecuadorians, as we take care of part of Dergano that no one else cares about, Parco Imbonati. However, I think this doesn't help much the integration situation, which hasn't changed much in the past 3 years I've living here. People look at us differently nowadays, especially the real Derganese. It feels like we are not welcome or trusted anymore. Even so, every situation gives Italian lesson now, and we are able to communicate with locals. This isn't enough anymore to break the barriers. And I'm not talking only Ecuadorians, but it's also other ethnic groups. At least we're Christians, but the Muslims, for example, have been forced to move to Palashar for their prayers not only on Fridays, but every day of the week. The only positive note is that at school my 2 kids have many Italian and foreign friends and they don't seem to feel this tense situation. Thank you for giving me the chance to speak about this. It's important to show all the sides of the situation.
Thank you, Mr. Satan, for your call. We will have our last guest for now, Mrs. Giulia Rossi, a 35-year-old mother. Mrs. Giulia Rossi, can you please tell us your story about the Dergano neighborhood?
Good afternoon. Firstly, I would like to thank you for the invitation and the fact that you bring such an important issue to our channel. I moved to Dergano 5 years ago and my daughter was born 1 year after, in 2012. Since then I participated in some very interesting activities like San Martino Walk or the Dergano Festival, but I never felt like being part of the community. Also, I work outside Dergano and I use public transportation. After I walk for a while to reach home, And as the time passed by, I feel more and more insecure because there's a lot of unemployed people around, some with alcohol and drug addictions. And honestly, I don't want to seem racist, but I believe that Italian residents feel an invasion of foreigners since there was a decrease of the prices of the houses and they now can afford them. For this reason, me and my husband often think about leaving to another part of the city, like most families already did. But the thing that stopped us was that the fact that our daughter is very well integrated at school, even if there are many different nationalities among the students, among them everything is easier. Inside the school, they are all equal. I don't know if this is a shared opinion, but I hope it was useful to understand a little bit more of our reality.
Thank you, Mrs. Rossi, for your feedback. It was quite helpful. I'd like to also thank our other guests that were with us today on today's show. They've been a great help. And now I would like to go back to Mr. Maiocchi. Could you please tell me about what you think of what you heard, and also regarding the topic, do you think there are any possible solutions regarding the issue?
Good afternoon again. Firstly, if you allow me, I would like to present the opportunities that gave origin to the ideas I brought here today. From the testimonials of Mr. Rivolta and Ms. Giulia, we could understand that the group of people organized do a very good job in a relatively small scale. But if you look at the whole picture, we find a lack of connection to the community. Fortunately, we perceive that the Dergano inhabitants are willing to take an active role in the neighborhood. Another trend is the increase of immigration fluxes. On one hand, we have the feeling of insecurity, and on the other hand, the schools as a natural place where kids naturally mix, and it's a place where prejudice doesn't exist. From the immigrants' point of view, they feel the language barrier is not the main problem anymore. Due to the Italian classes given by most of the associations, this problem has been overcome. However, they now feel more prejudice from the people in the neighborhood because they feel that foreigners are taking their jobs. Once again, the schools was referred to a good example of integration, Mr. Sata. Therefore, I see a number of possible fields of action. The first will be called Kids and Parents, and would be an after-school service that merged the usual babysitting/homework with helping activities based in gamification and intercultural exchange. Working through the children during the week, it aims to involve parents and creating a multi-family experience of weekends. Secondly, I propose a service called Family Break that would offer weekend escapades for more than one family. The main target would be the traditional families wishing to spend their free time together, but also share it with other families with the same interest. In such an historical area of Milan, it could also be interesting to organize tours about the highlights of Dergano identity.
Sounds pretty fun.
Welcome to Dergano is another idea that would bring together the people living in the Dergano and the newcomers. The inhabitants who already know the place, who could help and integrate the neighbors by sharing them the most useful/interesting tips about the community life. Lastly, I envision a family shopping game as an activity that aims to bring fun to the shopping by involving the whole family. The service would transform the shopping experience in a game where kids are provided with the tools and the challenge to be responsible for the shopping success with parent supervision. By making a routine task into something fun and family-centered, also by creating a healthy competition in the neighborhood, the service aims to build connection and welcoming environment for families. These kind of services can contribute to the return of the lost traditionally family values, but also in a new sense of community with reality-integrated foreign families, transforming Dergano into a pleasurable place to live and avoiding the trend of young families moving away to other parts of Milan. Finally, I take this opportunity to say that if something would have been done in the past, mainly by local authorities maybe, these issues would have been probably never become the reality. But the important approach is in the present, and it's to look at them as opportunities and not as constraints.
Thank you for your contribution, Mr. Maiocco.
I thank you for this great opportunity.
And I believe that in order to solve problems, the start of a problem, I think, is to think positive, no?
It is.
I'd also like to thank the rest of the guests that were with us today on today's show.